Hey everyone, this is Matt, and in today's video, we're doing we're just gonna be showing some quick Eldlich gameplay. All right, I know I said I probably wasn't gonna make any more Eldlich videos after that deck profile, but I actually got a few people messaging me asking me to actually make some Eldlich content. So here it is. I'm not gonna do a full matchup because I recently started using YGO Omega, and not as big a fan of the interface as I am of EDO Pro. So I'm like really bad about saving replays. So that's why I haven't I don't have a full match to show you here. But what I do have are three funny games that I think you all will appreciate that will showcase just why how good my Eldritch list is and why it can be really powerful. All right. So let's go to the replays here. Alright, so in this first replay, I'm going to show you this game against a Dino player. So this is game 2. I won game 1, and, so then I side deck, and then I choose to go game 2 against Dinos, assuming that I'm going second, right? Because, he saw that I have a trap deck, so he's going to think, oh, you should go first, right? Anyway, so let's just get started and see what this looks like. Alright, so my opening hand is really good, mainly because I have, one Eldlich, which, can be used to send a card to the graveyard. I obviously have a Floodgate that is good going second and against Dinos. So you definitely want to put Gozen Match in against Dinos. So even though all the Dinos are like the same type, they're all Dinos, they actually all have different attributes. So Soul Eating Oviraptor is a dark, Ultimate Conductor is a light, I think Giant Rex is an earth, Miscellaneous Saurus is a fire, Dolka is a fire. Lagia is, I think, a wind or something. So yeah, Gozen Match is really good. And obviously a Conquistador, Punisher. Yeah, these are all good. But the main card I want to showcase in this game is Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere mode, right? So I told you that you should side deck 3 of these, and that when you're going second, you should always put all 3 in because, well, let's just see what happens, right? So I'm just going to speed through their turn. They're going to do very standard Dino stuff, right? Lost World, Oviraptor, make an egg, search Missaurus. Missaurus goes to the graveyard. Destroy baby. Miss brings and Eminador, and you get the evolution pill. Scrap Raptor, so he's going the Scrap Raptor path, which means this is actually like one of the most ideal openings for dinos. Like you want to be able to go through your Oviraptor Miss combo, and optionally, like if you open really well, you also want to go through like your Scrap Raptor combo. So yeah, this is like the ideal opening for dinos. So he's gonna go and do his thing. Scrap Golem, blah 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 blah. More scrap monsters, scrap Chimera. So when I open a card like Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere mode or even Lava Golem, I literally just like AFK and like go do something else while they do their turn because I just feel so good about my opening hand that like it's like I don't care what they're gonna put out, I'm gonna break their board. As you'll soon see. Alright, so he goes into end phase. What does he have on his board? Let's see. So he has Appaloosa with 2 negates. Why 2 negates? Because Lost World makes Appaloosa lose some attack points, so can only use the monster negate twice. He has Ultimate Conductor Rhino, which is great, and he decides to go for Naturia Barkion. For those of you who don't know, it's one of the Naturia synchro monsters. This is the one that basically is a non once per turn, so you can use as many times as you want. Trap card negate, right? So he just banishes cards from his graveyard to negate trap cards. So I mean, he went into this monster because he knows that I'm a trap deck, so this is perfect for him, right? But little does he know, I have this in my hand, and he has 3 monsters on the field. So let's see what happens. You'll never guess what happens here. All right, so I draw Broken Line, which is a great card. Boom. Board broken, baby. Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere mode. Alright, and then I'm going to use Eldlich to take out his Lost World, so he can't make any Dino eggs. And he won't get the effect of being able to... So I send Conquistador because I want Conquistador to be live, so that I can set, Elixir. Um, Alright, so I put Broken Line in the middle because he doesn't have any monsters, right? And he's very likely to summon a monster in the middle, or even just play a card in the middle column here. Obviously, a punishment is just good at everything, and then Gozen Match is just the winning trap in all cases, in this matchup especially. And obviously set Elixir from my deck, right? All right. So as soon as he draws, I immediately open Gozen Match. Now, Here's the thing about Winged Dragon Raw Sphere Mode. It's a divine attribute, which means that he's only able to summon divine attribute monsters, and none of the the only monsters that have divine attribute are god cards, right? So he's literally like locked out of summoning monsters. So Winged Dragon Raw Sphere Mode will return to my field on my turn. So before that, I want to summon Eldlich with Elixir so that I have a light, and then the divine monster will I won't be locked into divine either. But yeah, this is just hilarious. Um, I wonder if there's a way for me to look at his hand. Uh, is there a way to look at his hand? I mean, I don't know how to use. Hold on, let me see. Game speed, safe mode, incognito. Yeah, so the thing I like about EDO Pros is that you always see your opponent's hands in replays. I don't know how to do it here. So yeah, I guess we won't know what's in his hand, but does it really matter? I broke his board. Misk is gone, I think. Yeah, it's banished. What the hell is he gonna do with the sphere mode? So I'll show you what he's gonna do. He's gonna surrender. Yes. Yeah. This is. Yeah. So for those of you who play Eldlich and do not run Winged Dragon of Raw Sphere mode, you need to immediately start running Winged Dragon of Raw Sphere mode. This is why, right? Most meta boards have 3 monsters, with the exception of Sword Soul, they'll have 2. If they get a really lucky board, they'll have the 3rd monster, either Arch Nemesis Protoss, or they'll have, maybe an Adamantipator, Risen Raptide or Dragite or whatever, the water one. But yeah, birds, great. Sphere mode breaks boards. Sphere mode just breaks a lot of boards. Phantom Knights. So yeah, that was a fun game. All right, so next one I want to show you is Eldlich versus Trap Burning Abyss. So I actually found a player that plays a trapped version of Burning Abyss. He's soon to realize that yeah, Burning Abyss traps is not as good as Eldlich Trap. Eldlich is king of trap decks, and Burning Abyss is just strictly inferior. I believe I'm going second. This is the game 2. I won game 1, and as you can see, because I have my broken line sided in, so yeah, pretty sure they choose to go first here. So, yeah, so this is not Phantom Knights BA. This is Burning Abyss traps. So yeah, this is I mean, I'm not too familiar with that, but setting cards and passing, I guess, is a part of the strategy. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works. Anyway, so I draw Heavenly Prison here. Yeah, I'm obviously going to use it. Heavenly Prison to protect my back row, because just in case he sided in back row removal. Alright, so a few things to note. So Broken Line, I set it in the leftmost column because not only does he have a back row card, but he also has a monster. So if he flips this monster and uses its effect, I can negate it with Broken Line, or if he uses this card, I can negate it with Broken Line. So yeah, this is why I chose this column, just because I felt it's more likely to get use out of this column. And obviously, since punishment is once per turn, I don't bother setting the second one. So yeah, pretty good trap lineup here. So let's see what he does. So he's gonna go into Fusion Destiny. All right, so he is a Burning Abyss trap deck, but of course, like a faithful degenerate slash meta slave he has the DPE package in his deck. Alright, so let's see what he's going to do here. So he goes in the battle phase. I open Conquistador just to defend my life points. And then I chain Heavenly Prison to summon onto the field, right? Which allows me to set Elixir from my deck. So no, I have Ice Dragon's Prison, so I just want to. So I'm going to wait to use it when the DP uses his pop effect, right? So he attacks my Conquistador, which makes sense, and now he's going to attempt to pop a card, and on that note, I'm like, oh, you use your quick effect, I'm going to use Ice Dragons to bring back Celestial, and then Celestial and DP are gone. So that's how you deal with a DPE, you just banish him. Alright, so he blew up my Elixir, which is really dumb because that just means I can literally set another card from the deck, right? So it's kind of silly that he did that, but anyway. So yeah, so I'm just going to get a Conquistador. In retrospect, maybe I should have gotten Huaquero because I already had a Conch, and, well, maybe I don't need to banish anything. I guess maybe Dasher is a worthy banish, but, yeah, I forget why I grabbed Conquistador, but maybe I should just go out and grab Huaquero because Huaquero has the 1800 attack, right? So anyway, so attack. So the reason I don't set Broken Line here is because, well, one, I don't want to fill my field all with traps because I might need that slot, just depending on what their turn is. But also, like, if they summon a monster or something big, like, maybe I want the column available, and some of these columns are going to be cleared. Like, these 3 columns might be cleared on their turn. Anyway. So he sets, so I summon the Eldlich on their turn. He tries to banish my Eldlich using Dinos, but I actually use Conquistador to pop Eldlich so that it doesn't get banished. Yeah, I don't want Eldlich to get banished here, so I just pop it. At the end of the day, alright, so here we go. So I'm going to use Eldlich to summon itself back by sending the Conquistador. Then he's going to trigger whatever that card is. And he actually does banish... Oh, he banishes yeah, so... what is this one? Farfa banishes Eldlich until the end phase, so that's why he's here. Yeah, so it's temporary. Anyway, so battle phase, attack for 3k, and now I have another broken line. So note, I have 2 broken lines here, and he has 2 traps here. So these columns are literally like perma negated. And also, if he summons a link monster here, I can also negate with broken line. Anyway, so I'm gonna set Conch. How many conchs do I have left? Yeah, this is my last conch, but I mean, he's already low. Like, I think at this point I can just close out the game. Anyway. Oh, I also saw Elixir. Eldlich returns. So on his end phase, I'm gonna use this. He tries to trap. What is this? Trap trick. But then I immediately broken line him. So this is why broken line is good. Going second, you can set it on the columns that are necessary. So I get my second Eldlich out, and then he surrenders. So yeah, so this game showcased the power of broken line a little bit, and it also showcased just like, you know, I guess a control deck mirror matchup, and why like Eldlich is king of like trap decks. All right, and then the final replay I want to show you here is happened recently, and it's with an experimental deck list. So you'll really enjoy this because I had a blast out of this one. All right. So a few things I want to mention is this is also game 2 of a best of 3. I won game 1. My opponent is Invoked DPE player, right? So, you know, typical degenerate. So obviously I figured they're going to make me go second, so I put in Lava Golems. Lava Golem is great against Invoked DPE. You contribute Mechaba DPE for Lava Golem. And, you know, I mean, if they have any Dogmatica stuff, you could also do that. And obviously I put in Wind Dragon roster amount. So I'll open a solid hand. Conch Elixir is a summon with a pop. Trap Trick is obviously versatile, and then Punishment is just always a good card. Alright, so let's see what they do. So Terraforming. Nope. Typical normal summon Alistair BS. So you could tell this Invoke player is not very good because instead of going Almirage, Secure Gardener, he went Artemis, which I guess is fine, but like I think the better way to get Mechaba is through Secure Gardener. And he puts in the extra monster zone, which I thought was interesting. So he sets 1 card. Alright, so here's the thing about this 1 card he sets. My suspicion is because so in game 1 I beat him because his Mechaba did not have a trap card to discard to negate my trap. So I actually think that he held a trap card in his hand because in game 1 he had a lot more back row set. So that's my theory. Alright, so I drew Broken Line, which is really good, and I'll show you why. But yeah, I cannot Lava Golem because he did not put out a second body. But that's okay because there's a lot. I'm gonna do a lot here, which you'll really enjoy. All right, so I set Broken Line here on the same column as Mechaba. So the reason I did that is because, well, if he ever tries to Mechaba, I can just negate and destroy him, right? And obviously, like, I actually have other plans for his Mechaba, which you'll soon see. But yeah, this is just like cancels his Mechaba completely. So basically, he needs to go into a second one if he wants to do anything. So he goes into battle phase. Okay. I try to so this is a bait. I also assume he had Ash because you know, judging by the low IQ I've seen so far, the only like it's logical that he's dumb enough to have Ash in his deck. So okay, so he Ashes my Elixir. Fair enough. So what am I gonna do? So check this out. Alright, so Elixir gets negated. Now watch this. So I'm gonna try to punishment his Mechaba, right? And now he's gonna use Mechaba to so Chainlink 1, punishment, So I would pop, right? Pop these two. He chained Mechaba and then he discards Schism. So he did. So I was correct. He did hold a trap card, or maybe it's a she. Her name's Sarah, but yeah. So he wants to negate my punishment. So then I immediately change Trap Trick. Trap Trick lets me set any trap I want for my deck. Now pay attention to what trap I'm going to set for my deck. Witch's Strike, baby. You remember this card? Alright, so I recently started experimenting with Witch's Strike in my side deck because, back in the day, Pac made a Eldlich Trap deck that had Witch's Strike, and it just looks like a really fun card, and I did used to have fun with it back in the day. But, it's like one of those cards where, like, it's kind of bricky, but if you could get it to resolve, you just, like, insta win the game. So, for those who don't know, it says, if your opponent negates normal or special summon monsters or the activation of a card effect, destroy all cards your opponent controls and in their hand. So because Trap Trick set this from the deck in Chainlink 3, so now it's on the field for the trigger effect. So Mechaba is going to negate, and then Witch's Strike will immediately be live. So check this out. So he negates my punishment, and then I immediately trigger Witch's Strike, and oh man, look at this. So I took out his meltdown, punishment, Mechaba. I guess he had two meltdowns, and then Alistair. Yeah, Witch's Strike is an amazing card. I'm experimenting with this, and just from this game, and there have been other games where I've used it. It's 100% worth it. Like you can chain this to Barone, you can chain this to Mechaba, you can chain this to a lot of like any Omnigates, like Apex Avian. Like there's a lot of even F-Zero. Yeah, this card is amazing. But yeah, so now he has 0 cards. And so I drew Punish Judgment, which is great because whatever card he draws, it doesn't matter what it is, I can safely just Judgment it, and I know like he won't be able to do anything. So I end up using Elixir to set Huaquero because Huaquero has 1800, but also I have Huaquero and Golden Land like Conquistador on the field, which will lead to interesting plays. So I set Judgment. He top decks Magical Meltdown because of course he does, but I immediately Judgment because it's literally his only card, right? Like, yeah, it's the most obvious Judgment here, right? Alright, and then on end phase, I summon my 2 little zombies. So why do I do that? So I do that because I go into Lyna, and Lyna revives Mechaba, right? And since I have Lava Golem in hand, I can actually negate monsters, right? So if he top decks an Alistair, I'm gonna negate banish it. If he top decks Fusion Destiny and tries to like pop some stuff, I can like negate with Mechaba. I mean, obviously I have Broken Line too, but like, yeah, and then I also have these my Goldland traps that I can like go into Eldlich, right? But so I'm gonna hold this board and just attack because Mechaba is just really good. It's an Omni negate, assuming you have the right cards to discard. But yeah, monster is what I want to discard. Like, I think the only thing I'd be worried about is like if he goes into Alistair, like top decks Alistair or top decks like one of the dogmatic monsters, then I can negate it with Mechaba, right? And then obviously I have Broken Line here, which is just if he's not meant to play into this column, he'll get screwed, right? Or she will. Yeah, so I get my Elixir. Yeah, I mean he's 3650. Like I don't even need my Eldritch, but just this is why Lyna is great. Lyna revives Mechaba. Lyna revives Chisao. Lyna even revives an enemy Nibiru. Oftentimes you'll play against players who like main deck Nibiru, and Nibiru will just often get discarded as like discard fodder from like Mechaba or just whatever. Just because they're like, oh, you're a trap deck. Nibiru does nothing, right? And then I just use Lyna and revive Nibiru, and then I have a 3k beater. I mean, I could have gone into Selene Access Code here, or I guess just Selene because I didn't have another body. But like, yeah, there's no point. Like, but in the future turn, I can go into Selene Access Code. But since she's at 3650, it doesn't really matter. I can just attack here for game. Um, I really wish I could see what card she top decked. And if y'all know how YGO Omega works and how I can see this card, whoa. Oh, okay. I guess I can switch. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can see this card. Twin Twisters. Yes. Okay. This is all right. So okay. So I guess you can click on the player portrait to swap. Okay. Now that makes me want to go back to that Dino game and see what they had. I kind of want to go back to that Burning Abyss player too to see what he had. But yeah, this is hilarious. Yeah. So she was completely fucked. Nothing she could do. And then, yeah, surrenders. Alright. So let me just quickly go into this Dino game again, because I want to see what they have. Let me switch. It's not letting me switch for some reason. Why is it not letting me switch? I was able to switch before. It says it's loading here. I want to see if it'll let me switch. So I do want to see his hand, like if he had any actually had any plays to me. Yeah, this is why I like playing control decks. Is like combo decks spend so much time and effort just to get a few monsters. It's just like you just get broken so easily. Come on, let me switch. Come on. Not letting me switch. Alright. Man, I really want to know what he has. Okay. Sorry, I guess, let me see if, check field. Show me the card. Why won't he show me the card? Alright, whatever. What about that let me see if I can see that Burning Abyss, dude. Or, I guess girl. Oh, here we go. Okay. Alright, oh, that's funny. So, in the column where I had Broken Line, they had Imperm. Why would they put Imperm on the side? That's so weird. Okay, so that's what that was freaking Imperm. But, yeah, it doesn't matter. This game is over. But I am curious to see what she ends her hand with. Oh, Trap Trick. Let's see. So he's gonna draw. Oh, yeah, useless card. Useless. Yep. Alright. Yeah, nothing interesting. But yeah, Witch's Strike, yeah, so Dragon Roster mode, amazing. Broken Line, amazing. Witch's Strike, amazing. Definitely gonna try out Witch's Strike now. So I put 2 copies on my side. Oh, let me just show you my deck now that I'm experimenting with. Since I'm already here, or like the changes I made. So I still have the standard lineup, right? The 4 Lords, the 5 Pots. So I dropped Ice Dragon's Prison down to 2 from 3. I put Needle Sealing in my main deck because Needle Sealing is an amazing card, and I feel like it's good in every meta, or like in every matchup. I moved my Solemn Judgments to my side. This is a test. Like I'm just testing this out, and I moved up my 2 Broken Lines. Yes, and then Dimension. So I dropped Dimension Barrier down to 2, so no 3rd copy. But I do have a 3rd copy of Gozen in my side still, so that hasn't changed. Yeah, so then the 2 new cards here in my side deck are Witch's Strike. I still have the 3rd Lord of Heavenly Prison. But yeah, Witch's Strike is a really good card. Yeah, but keep in mind, like Trap Trick means you have 4 copies of Witch's Strike, and since it's searchable, like you literally chain it to whatever is negating in the current chain, and then you can start a new chain with Witch's Strike, and then just nuke their board in their hand. It's like the most hilarious thing ever. So yeah, so this is what I'm experimenting with. I'm just seeing it because if Ice Dragon's at 2 and D-Barrier at 2 is good enough. The main reason I dropped these to 2 is because they're hard ones per turn, but they're still searchable off Trap Trick. And also I found like that Ice Dragons against Invoked DPE matchup is not that good. I mean, it's only good for clearing DPE. So yeah, I'm just trying this out, but I feel like Needle Sealing, I've gotten a lot more mileage out of Needle Sealing in my main deck. It's just such a good card. And Broken Line is interesting because, well, in game 1, like if you don't know you're going first or second, you know, you can just set this in the middle column or an extra deck zone column. If you're going first, if you're going second, you just set this in the column of whatever their problem monsters are. And then Judgments in the side because these are for like game 2 and 3 where, you know, your opponent side decks in evenly matched Lightning Storm, etc. You absolutely have to put these in for game 2 and 3 because they might not have that in game 1. So maybe this is just not necessary, especially since like if you lose die roll, you go second game 1. Judgment is a lot less impactful. So this is what I'm testing out. Widget Strike is pretty funny. Yeah, this made me very happy. Another change I made, I swapped out one of the link spiders for Imduck. The reason being because both of these can link away your Golden Land zombies. Imduck has a cool relinquish anima-like effect where if you point to a monster and attack it, you can just destroy that monster immediately. So like, I love Imduck and Dark Magician, so I now have it in my Eldlich deck. And the other reason I have Imduck is because I took out my Blackluster Soldier because I felt like I haven't used it at all, and I put in Win the Wind Charmer. So if you link a Golden Land zombie into Imduck, you can now go into Win because you just need one Win monster. And this is good because sometimes the three strongest attributes in the game are Dark, Light, Wind, right? So Lyna covers Light, as you saw in the game where I took Mechaba, and then I also said, oh, you can take Chi-Shao, you can take Nibiru, you can take a lot of like strong light monsters, even friggin' like if you're against Dratron, you can take their Herald or whatever, right? A lot of strong light monsters, but Wind can take Crystal Wing, Wind can take Shen Shen, Wind can take Barone, right? Yeah, Wind is like the second or third. Apex Avian is a Wind, right? So yeah, I felt like it was more useful to have that win with a Imduck instead of the Blackluster Soldier and a second Link Spider. It's like I never really used the Link Spider down arrow anyway, so the fact that this is an up arrow doesn't change anything at all for me. So yeah, this is what I'm testing out. And yeah, I definitely like this extra deck change. I have revived. I remember playing Bird Up, and I used Wind to revive. Um, what did I revive? I revived one of the bird monsters. It might have been Apex Avian or Samorg or something, and that was pretty cool. And I've also used Imduck to threaten like an attack on. It's like you force a negate out of it. Otherwise, you destroy one of their monsters. That's in that it points to. So, but yeah, Widget Strike, pretty hilarious and fun card. If you're into Eldlich, especially if you have Trap Trick, like definitely consider side decking this. Yeah. So anyway, yep. Thanks for watching. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I downloaded it on Steam already, and I think it'll be available soon to actually play. So I think that once that happens, I might make some videos of me playing like. I don't know if it has a campaign mode similar to Duel Links. I hope it does, because I definitely want to like play the campaign mode and make some fun, interesting anime decks. Because who doesn't like anime decks, right? Which obviously includes like Dark Magician decks. So yeah, maybe I'll post videos of like me grinding that. But yeah, so just wanted to show these few replays. They were funny. Definitely put a big smile on my face. So yeah, pretty fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, and peace.